Former President Trump faced a judge once again today, and this time accused of putting America's democracy in peril.
Well, the special prosecutor says that Mr. Trump schemed to overturn the 2020 presidential election. It's the third time the former president has been in court to answer two criminal charges. And KCAL News political reporter Tom Wade is here with the latest, including analysis and reaction tonight.
And Pat, once again, a history-making day, right? So the special prosecutor says the former president knew he lost the 2020 election, but plotted with co-conspirators to overturn the results. The president claims he's being politically persecuted. Former President Trump's motorcade weaving its way back to Reagan National Airport after he pleaded not guilty to another round of criminal charges. Mr. Trump arrived in Washington for his third court appearance in 3 separate cases accused of criminal conduct. In this case, the former president is accused of scheming to overturn the 2020 presidential election and inciting the January 6th riot at the Capitol. Mr. Trump pleaded not guilty to the 4 felony counts. He spoke briefly before boarding his private jet back to Bedminster, New Jersey.
This is a very sad day for America. This is a persecution of a political opponent. This was never supposed to happen in America.
The hearing lasted about 30 minutes. The judge read Trump his rights and the charges against him, including conspiracy to defraud the United States and conspiracy to obstruct an official proceeding. Both supporters of the former president and those demonstrating against him lined the sidewalks.
It's bizarre that we're talking about what's become a standard operating procedure, the arraignment of a former president. If you told anybody 10 years ago, oh yeah, third arraignment, people would have thought that you had taken leave of your senses. But here we are in the year 2023.
The special counsel, Jack Smith, accuses Trump of trying to use fake electors in order to stay in power and says Mr. Trump enlisted co-conspirators to pressure lawmakers in multiple states to illegally nullify votes. Mr. Trump's attorneys argue the former president was exercising his constitutional right to question the results of the election and that this case is about free speech, arguments echoed by Trump's allies.
And you know, in America, you're entitled to raise a question. You're entitled to question whether it was honest or not. That's the uniqueness of the First Amendment. That's the uniqueness of America. But you know what? You shouldn't be prosecuted for your thought.
Former Trump White House attorney Ty Cobb.
For the simple counter to that is you actually can facilitate and further a crime through speech and be prosecuted for it. You know, if Tony Soprano tells one of his guys to whack a witness, well, that's speech, but that's a crime.
The former president is also facing criminal charges in New York, accused of illegally using campaign cash to hide an affair. The special counsel has also charged Mr. Trump with obstructing justice for allegedly refusing to return classified documents. So far, legal and political experts say Trump's strategy appears to be all about delaying the cases until after the 2024 presidential election.
The strategy is less likely to succeed in this case as opposed to the documents case because it's less complex. With the documents case, you have classified materials and a lot of them that introduces many opportunities for delay. Less so in this case. But as far as his defense goes, it's really the George Costanza defense. It's not a lie if you believe it. So we'll see how that flies.
Mr. Trump will be back in court August 28th. On this case, the former president also faces potential election meddling charges in Georgia. The prosecutor in Fulton County, Georgia, where Atlanta is located, has said she is ready to go with her case, but it's unclear who may be charged in that case. But I was just looking at some of the feeds. Lots of security up at that courthouse in Fulton County, Atlanta. So,
already?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you're talking about, we're not sure when exactly that's going to happen. We know that right now that Mr. Trump is the only person charged in this indictment, but they have 6 co-conspirators who are named, but they aren't charged yet. They're lawyers that he supposedly plotted with.
Right. As we've kind of discussed, Pat, we kind of deduced, you know, a number of these people. Exactly.
Giuliani, Sidney Powell.
Yep.
Right.
John Eastman.
Yep. John Eastman. Yeah. And Eastman, of course, being the deep roots in Southern California, was once worked at Chapman University. And has retired since his involvement in this alleged plot came about. So we're waiting to see when those potential charges could come down.
If they do.
Yeah, if they do.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Tom.
Thanks.